Tonight we are doing Japanese Yakitori style grilled chicken and beef on the Weber Searwood. I do not have a Yakitori grill, as most people don't, but with a little elbow grease and imagination, we're gonna make this work. Donnie, our producer, made a trip with his wife to Japan. She is Japanese, and they got a whole bunch of snacks and sake and other things for us to try. And we did that right here, me, Donnie, and Bob. It was a blast, so stick around for that. All right, let's go get started.
Basement.
All right, so the first thing we gotta do is make the yakitori sauce. Pretty simple. We're gonna do 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, a cup of soy sauce, of mirin, and then a half cup of sake. We are going to cut the spring onions into big pieces and just throw them right in there. Get a little bit of the white. And we're gonna stick it on the stove on high. We're just gonna mix it up so that that brown sugar dissolves in the liquid. And then once that comes to a boil, put the heat down to medium and let it simmer until it reduces and becomes more of a glaze. All right, while we're at it, I might as well have a taste of the sake that Donnie brought from Japan on his trip using the little cup he brought me from Japan. Cheers. What do they say in Japan? I wish I knew, I don't know. Cheers. Pretty good. You want to soak your skewers at least 30 minutes prior to putting them on the grill in water so that they don't just burn up when you put them on your grill. But we're gonna start with preparing the chicken. And we wanna cut it relatively thin because we're gonna fold it onto the skewers. And my preferred cut of chicken is always chicken thigh. And you don't need to cut away any of the fat. That's gonna crisp up and be really nice. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a piece of chicken. If there's fat hanging like that, we're gonna wrap it around as best we can. And we're gonna stick it right on that skewer, followed by a spring onion, followed by another piece of chicken. All right, there's our first skewer. Okay, we've got all the chicken skewers ready, so now we just have to season them. Very simple, salt and pepper. All right, and our chicken's ready to go. Now let's prepare the beef. We've got 2 nice cuts of New York strip. We're gonna cut these into smallish cubes. Now, traditional yakitori is pretty much just chicken. We're gonna do beef just because we like beef, and it's still gonna taste really good with the seasoning, salt and pepper, and of course the yakitori sauce. All right, our skewers are good to go. Let's go check on our sauce, on our glaze. It's still a bit liquidy, as you can see there. We want it to be a little bit thicker than that. So we'll let this go a few more minutes and then we'll be ready to fire up the grill. All right, so we're gonna fire up the searwood while the glaze continues to simmer. I'm gonna put this up to 300 degrees. So again, I don't have a traditional yakitori grill. I've removed the searwood's heat diffuser that goes across the top, and you can see the main diffuser down there. And so that way we're gonna get a more direct heat for this yakitori style. And what I'm gonna do, again, a little elbow grease and imagination. I have these spare pieces of granite from when we finished off our kitchen a number of years ago. And this is where I am going to put those skewers right across so that they're gonna be right over that heat coming out of that diffuser on the searwood. Because yakitori style traditionally is across an alley like this, and right underneath it are the coals or the wood. And of course, on a pellet grill, we don't have that luxury, but we're gonna make it work anyway. We'll see you in a bit. Okay, so you can see now that this is ready. It's simmering hard. It's getting a little thicker. This is gonna be a good glaze. All right, so we're gonna start simply with 2 skewers of the beef. I had this at 300 degrees. I'm gonna change the searwood to the manual mode to get this thing even hotter. And if you take a look down in there, you're gonna see the flames coming out just underneath where those beef skewers are. And as it starts to heat up, they should start cooking pretty well. And when they do, we're gonna apply that yakitori glaze. I'm gonna go up to level 10 to get this thing really hot. Welcome back to the basement. Donnie was in Japan. He's married to a Japanese woman and they went and visited and he brought back a whole bunch of goodies for us. Where do we start?
We'll start off with some electrolyte drinks.
Which is this?
A salt and grapefruit, which is very tasty.
So what are you gonna do to us tonight that we need to have?
You guys already been drinking, so you need electrolytes.
I don't drink. Just put the fingers.
Smells good. Smells good. All right. Cheers.
Cheers. That actually tastes very good.
We're gonna do another one?
Yeah.
We're gonna be super electrolyted.
Yeah,
tonight.
that's
what you need.
The perfect.
That's delicious.
This
Hold
is-
on, I gotta go pee. Milk tea Kit Kat. Different flavor than a regular Kit Kat. It's
Yeah.
good.
So this is the orange Kit Kat here.
They're both good, but I'll go with orange every time.
I'm gonna go with the tea milk.
The milk tea? You're wrong.
So this one right here, awesome presentation.
It looks
It
scary,
looks
right?
scary, yeah. Like,
Is
I'm not
it?
sure I should be eating
super
this.
hot. 7 peppers, so maybe it's hot.
Did you have diarrhea? Okay.
Is that 7 out of 10 or 7 out of 7?
7 out of 6.
What?
Good flavor. Crispy.
It's actually not that spicy at all.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's actually,
How's that 7 out of 6?
These are little pizza flavored, and that's what these ones look like right here.
Lots of
Almost
flavor.
reminds like the combos.
It's
Just
delicious. The thing is, they come individually wrapped. I would
Yep.
eat a bucket of those.
yeah, I was gonna say, I'd be like, that was very good. I like both of those and that.
I mean, they've all been super delicious.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what's my favorite.
Yeah. Cheetos, which is the steak flavored version.
Steak flavor.
Which
Wow.
I don't even think we have these.
There should be steak flavored everything, even
this
ice cream.
So this is Wagyu steak flavored Cheetos.
Really?
No, I made the Wagyu up. I could pound a bag of these, yeah.
Yeah.
Kaki no tane.
Kaki? No. Kaki no tane.
Kaki no tane. Light and airy.
Good with beer.
This would be great with beer.
I can
I
see
would much
why.
rather have this than like a bowl of dirty peanuts at the bar.
What in the world is this? I keep staring at this.
So it's like a stick of goodness.
Stick of goodness, okay. That sounds good. Eyes closed.
Oh God, not that one. No.
Just so you know, he got salami, he got chicken, and
Chicken.
I got seaweed. Very upset. Man, I never knew I liked seaweed so much.
I want these logs in our life.
So these are my favorite so far.
All
I
of
must
them.
say. No, these
Oh, okay.
these sticks. What do you call these again? Umaibo.
So
For a ninja.
this one
Ninja's food.
is a ninja's food, and it's pickled plum.
I mean, I'm a ninja and everything.
The more you chew it, the more tangy it gets. Ninjas eat that?
You like it as a foreigner. I don't.
You don't like it?
I'm not a foreigner.
A foreigner to where?
I'm not sure right now, okay?
So we have our frosted glasses, the regular Sapporo beer.
Good old Florida orange juice.
Simply orange. This is a good pulp free.
Are we gonna down this like college
Yeah,
kids?
yeah,
or
it's like a
what?
shot, yeah. I am, but I was born for this. This is my drink every day.
Shall we?
Yes.
All right, cheers.
Cheers to the downing gods.
You guys are going all in. It's good.
Yay for you.
Oh my God, look at you guys.
What?
That's weak sauce.
He gave us double the beer you got. You
Finish
saw that.
it, finish it. You don't need to be in Japan to do this, people. Just pour beer in your orange juice and breakfast on Sunday
Yeah.
morning, you're good to go.
Variety pack of sake.
Say it right, it's called sake.
Not
No, it's sake.
So is that Bob's right there, the little one?
Yeah, so we got 2 of these.
Shit one.
They put them in storage for anywhere from like 10 to like 30 years, and they're vintage, so they're
Jesus.
handcrafted, and they never make them again.
Thank God we didn't break it.
If you break it, I will stab you. No.
With a Hattori Hanzo sword. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to the first one. Oh man. Oh yeah. I just wanted to show the awesome packaging that it comes in.
Oh yeah, wow.
So a nice little thing for the basement hangout.
Oh yeah.
Put it right
It's
here.
got cork board right here.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, that's perfect. Look at that, it's
at
very
that.
pretty. Super awesome, Donnie, thank you for
Everything
doing
was
this.
great.
This is
Yes, yes,
amazing.
yes, yes.
I am now drunk after drinking all of this sake. Thanks for hanging out.
We'd be grilling.
The grill's going hot, as you can see. I'm gonna go ahead and glaze the top of this beef. Woo, that's hot. Okay, so these 2 skewers on the end are ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those off. They are hot, so be careful if you're doing this at home. I'm gonna move these over so they can continue to cook while we taste test. And actually, I'm gonna hit these up with a little bit more sauce. One thing about the Searwood, when you are on manual mode, on level 10, and you've removed that middle bar that covers up the main heat diffuser, it is super hot. So if you're gonna do this at home, be very careful or just don't do it. So let's take off a piece here. It looks beautiful. Let me cut into it. Looks like we cooked it just right. We've got some red in there still, which is what we want. Let's give this a shot. Oh man. That is delicious. Juicy. That yakitori sauce is really nice. I'm gonna have to do this more often. All right, let me set the meat. The beef skewers, actually, let me have one more bite. It is really good, actually. I wanna get some chicken done, so I'm gonna move these beef skewers over. So that heat diffuser down there pushes the heat out this way. As you've seen in our previous videos, there's a hot side over here and a hot side over here, and we can clearly understand why when we're cooking without that cover over that diffuser, because it's pushing the heat out that way. So I'm gonna move these beef skewers over here, and I am going to put some chicken skewers on the end to get those cooking so that we can taste the chicken, which, as I mentioned, is the more traditional yakitori, is really meant for the chicken, but of course we can do whatever we want. Nobody would have ever thought that you would take 2 old pieces of granite and stick it on your Weber Searwood to create your own makeshift yakitori grill, but we do what we do. Let's glaze these guys up. The chicken's gonna cook really fast, so I'm gonna glaze it right away. All right, we'll flip them once, and then we'll be back to give that chicken a try. We got a bunch of the chicken ready. I have my audience here who's gonna give me help with the taste test. I'm just gonna pull that off. It's hot. It's very hot. Let me let that cool down, as a matter of fact. I'm gonna eat this spring onion while we wait. Oh man, I never knew spring onions could be that good. In fact, what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna cut a small piece because it's very hot. Oh man, that is delicious. Very juicy, great flavor. That yakitori sauce is good, right? We gotta do this again. It took a little longer than I thought it would. I think that's the product of not being directly over coals or wood. I did try to close it to speed it up. That was a complete fail because all that did was burn the sticks. So don't do that. Just keep it open and let it go until it's done. You won't be sorry. It might take a little longer than you would expect, but man, is it good. This is a successful cook. You want another piece? Yeah? That's success when they're asking you for more. Here, try a spring onion. I know that might not be your favorite normally, but they taste so good.
They're really good.
Right? Looks like the dog's got a piece. This is worthwhile. Just gotta get yourself a couple granite blocks. Actually, before this, I was considering using bricks, so you could use bricks. Of course, if you can spring for an actual yakitori grill, that would be ideal. I'm trying to do everything on one machine, so 2 thumbs up.